Today's adventure brings us back to the Osceola Trailhead, and apparently to winter. The gate is still open, but with these conditions, I would not imagine it's going to stay open much longer. The plan for the day is to take the Mount Osceola Trail out to the Osceola summit, and then over to the East Peak, going over and down the Chimney. We'll also show you the bypass. Alright, so what you see is what you get. A lot of boulders thrown on this trail, all snow-capped, along with the trees. But as I go up, check out our day. Beautiful. Alright, we're just checking in. You can still see the trail is the same. Snow-covered boulders. We're dealing with, it's got to be less than 2 inches. Some spots it's even less than that. So we are bare booting it with no problem. We are on the switchbacks. Came up from there. We're turning to go up here. There's the Comsa and the Waterville Valley ski area. Alright, so we were on a nice, almost flat area for a while, and then we hit the bread tray ledges, and now we're starting to go up. The boulders are back. Life is up there. We're moving on. We are getting a little view. Sun's coming up, and it is warming, and because of that, well, not just today, but the snow that fell, as it melts, it's turning to ice, and it's coming down onto the trail. So we may do microspikes on the way back down. We're almost on the summit, but can you tell which way the wind blew during the storm? That's so cool. When you come in from Tripoli Road and you get into the summit area, you're going to see these 2 footings from the original fire tower. There are claims that this is the true summit. There are other claims that when you get here, you need to go to the left and follow the spur path down to the big rock where the views are, which is right here. And at the end of the spur path, you'll find this outlook, which has also been claimed to be the true summit of Mount Osceola. All right, I'm going to do something I don't do here often. I'm going to try naming some of the mountains. All right, so we have Flume. We have Liberty, and there's the whole Franconia Ridge. It's hard to see here in the viewfinder. There's Owl's Head, followed by Garfield, and I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. So as I continue to pan, feel free to fill in the rest of the mountains. Oh wait, I know those 2. That would be the Presidential Range. So there you go. We're back out to the other possible high point from Mount Osceola where the footings are. This is the spot where the original fire tower stood in 1910. That one was made out of wood, and then in 1924 they replaced it with a steel tower. And you can see the eye bolts that have been mounted into the rock. That's where the guide wires would attach to. And off this beaten path we also found a spot where we believe the fire warden's cabin might have been. And we say might have been the cabin because, well, this is a nice wide open spot. Of course, all that's here now is this fire pit. But in the surrounding woods, there are artifacts. And you know how Cheryl and I love our artifacts. Found the old bed frame. See the other end of it's bent. Looks like chicken coop wire. Hey, you think the ranger had a chicken for fresh eggs in the morning? Came across this hole. Don't know. I wonder if it was a well. Can't really see into it because of the snow, but as I come around, yeah, you really gotta look for this stuff. It's not just on the side of the trail. Sarah found, is that another bed frame?
Bed frame, a bowl, and I don't know what that is up there.
Piece of can do it right here. That was a tough shot to get. That's really buried in there. And then all this communication wire tied to the tree. So we're gonna head over now to the summit area and check out the views. At the end of the 3.2 miles coming up from Tripoli Road to the summit area, you are rewarded with these views. Right over there is the Presidential Range, nicely snow-capped. So a little bit of history on Mount Osceola as to where it's got its name as I continue to pan. It gets its name from an Indian chief in the Florida Everglades. It translates into meaning black drink or ceremonial potion. Now it's believed that a man by the name of E.J. Conable from Michigan named the mountain when he came to Waterville in 1859.
In addition to the views, there's also this benchmark and some additional artifacts. Hey babe, this one was moved in 1942?
Yes, it was. The pillars that you're looking at right here are what held the 40-foot steel tower, and it was manned until 1958. It was taken out of service in 1978, and then it was dismantled and removed in 1985. And for those of you that missed it, this would have been number 4 for us on a New Hampshire Fire Tower list of the 92 obtainable towers that are standing, once stood, or honey,
Were proposed.
Alright, so it's only a mile. We're going to head over to East Osceola now. Go down. If this chimney isn't too icy, we'll show you how it's done. I don't know, the song Walking in a Winter Wonderland seems to come to mind right now. We're down the initial steep part. Came out to this nice flat section as we work our way to the chimney. Probably not showing it, but this is a steep trail. We do remember it from last time when we were out here. And that's where we've come from. Giving you the whole chimney now. Coming down, 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 all the way down. Alright, this is how you do the chimney. I hope, anyway. We really didn't want the snow and ice, but... Here to clean the chimney.
There he is. Yay! The bypass. The chimney. Here he comes. Down the bypass. I'm getting dripped on again.
What?
I'm getting dripped on again.
There you go. Up the chimney, down the bypass. Just like Santa Claus. If you think coming over to East Osceola is going to be a picnic, well, depends what you consider a picnic. Moving on. Alright, so that's partial view of Osceola. Come down. Coming out into the mountains. Franconia Ridge. That's Owl's Head. It's about the only viewpoint you're gonna have coming out to East Osceola. And you also get a pretty good shot of a hairpin turn on the Kangamangas Highway. Check it out. Welcome to the summit of East Osceola. You know you reached here when you see the big cairn. And you don't see where it gets any higher. It's all wooded, except for that view I already showed you. There's nothing. But it is on the 4,000 footers list. Our second time here. I know, only 10 more times for the grid. And there you go. So this is Cheryl's attempt at climbing the chimney. I guess you're Mrs. Claus. Alright, we're back to the summit of Mount Osceola, and it appears everybody left. Alright, fine, we'll put the light out. Alright, so we're back down to the trailhead. It was a great day. We got back up to Mount Osceola. We did East Osceola. We found the 2 spots where fire towers once stood. Found a lot of artifacts. We didn't think we were going to be up there. Got to go up the chimney and down the bypass. So, as far as this adventure goes, the end.